Good evening, people. My name is JR. I am the FR Gunner. I'm joined here today by Double D, who's an avid Liverpool supporter. And we're here to talk about the Arsenal against Liverpool match tomorrow. Tell me, Double D, how you feeling for tomorrow, man? You confident?
What's good, man? What's good, people? Boy, this is, I don't think I could be confident really about any game this season, the way things have gone for us, to be perfectly realistic.
Do you know what? Like, it's crazy because maybe say 4 or 5 months ago, you talk to any Liverpool fan in a WhatsApp group, and they're the cockiest guys I've ever met. Yeah, it's all about talking about Champions League 18-19. It's all about winning the league. It's all about, you know, Van Dijk and this, and you know, we're the best team. Like there was an aura about you guys, and the worst thing is, as Arsenal fans, we couldn't say nothing to you. And to be fair, we still can't really say nothing. And for those who don't know, I've known Double D for a very long time. Throughout the years,
about 5-6.
Arsenal would be the team. But nowadays, I can't even say nothing. I'm just silent. But to be fair, most recently, I don't know I think the last 8 matches I was looking at, you've lost 6 of them. You know, it's a crazy stat. I mean, and that includes Fulham and I think Brighton as well. One of the matches that you lost.
Thanks for reminding me, bro. Thank God this name's not Anfield, boy.
Yeah, what's going on? Talk to me.
Anfield was, as they said, a fortress, but now it's a youth hostel now. Everyone hangs there. You get me? Everyone hangs at the youth hostel now.
Do you know what? I think with Anfield as well. Do you think that the fact that there's no fans there has hindered you guys? Because I think it's one of them places, a fortress, because when you go there and you hear you lot singing, "You'll never walk alone," etc., it's kind of like you can get stage fright. Do you know what I'm saying? As a player, like, you know, and then you guys were playing your pressing game. You know, there was a lot of pressure when people went there, but the lack of fans, do you think has hindered you in any way?
To an extent as well, even though 6 home defeats are, that's disgraceful, that's relegation form, you know what I'm saying? Still though, even though there's not been any fans, that's been the same for every club. True. And Liverpool still were though it looks ridiculous now, the home record, they were still the last team to lose at home in the league. Yeah, because everyone else lost at home in the league in like the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season. Leicester got beat by West Ham 3-0. Before that, Leicester went to Man City and won 5-2 or 5-3, whatever. Yeah,
I remember that.
Everyone had lost. Man United lost their first 3 home games, I think it was. And we saw that. So yeah, but everything. But I don't like to harp on about it because every club gets them. But everything comes down to injuries.
Here we go. Yeah, I was waiting for that one. I didn't think he was going to say it so anyway. Here we go. Talk about it.
What I wish Klopp had done is, because now Kabak, obviously, but he only came at the end of the January transfer window. That Phillips, initially, we couldn't play him consistently because when the injuries first started in defence, because he wasn't registered for the Champions League, because we were going to load him out. But then because all the centre-halves kept on getting injured, and some of the midfielders were getting injured as well, we kept him, played him. So just say we played the Champions League game on a Wednesday, he couldn't play in that, but he could play the league, but then he couldn't play the next Champions League game because obviously he wasn't registered. So all the consistent changing. What I just wish Klopp had done was, once people had got in, just play the centre-backs there. They might be inexperienced, but Fabinho and Henderson, they're the engine in the midfield. They protect it. They set the tempo. So when you put that into defence, you're just reducing the team even further. I understand why he did it, because obviously because of the close proximity of games this season, Jay.
That's true, because Fabinho, he put him back, didn't he? He put him back into defence.
Fabinho was playing centre back for most of the season. Since Van Dijk went down most of the season, and then when we know Matip gets injuries anyway, and then Henderson is there, so we had a run where it was Henderson and Fabinho rather at centre back. So when you're taking that out of midfield, I felt sorry for Thiago, because everyone's blaming him. But if just say one of those two, because obviously then actually midfielders went forward, he was slotting in like as a centre half or in this type of sweeper role. And the whole point of getting him was for him to be further up the pitch to unlock teams, to give us another dimension, so all the creativity doesn't come from the fullbacks.
Yeah.
So his first season has been hindered. I think next season, when everybody's fit, he'll be much better.
That's one of the questions I was going to ask you about Thiago. I was going to ask you, sorry, mate, about Thiago. So you kind of feel that this season's kind of been hindered in a way because of the injuries, but you feel that next season he's going to step up and it's going to be his season, so to speak.
Yeah, as long as he can stay fit, then I think he'll do bits next season. Because I think with the fact that the schedule won't be as hectic, I think that they're hopeful. I hope it depends. I'm saying hectic in terms of just thinking about injuries. When you think about it, the first couple of injuries we had, Van Dijk got taken out by Pickford, and Thiago got taken out by Richarlison. So they weren't because of the fixture, they were because of just like ridiculous challenges. So hopefully next season, he's still got time to do things this season, though it's very late in the season. But all our eggs at the moment for me, I gave up on Champions League a long time ago. So all my eggs for me are in the in the Champions League basket, because I don't think getting Champions League through the league is realistic. So
it's viable, because it's shocking. I was looking at the league table recently. You guys obviously 7th in the league, and we're 9th in the league. I think you're 5 points away from Chelsea at the moment to get into Champions League position. So it's viable. You know, you guys can still get back into that position. But obviously, you're saying you don't think it's realistic to actually.
Yeah, because apart from Man United, who we're not going to catch, we've played everyone above us twice now.
Okay.
If you were telling me we were 5 points by Chelsea and we've still got to play them, I'd be like, yeah, but they come and had us up the other day. 1-0 flattered us because Timo Werner, though he didn't score, was having his way with our defence. So, you know, it's just been disappointing to run. It's been humbling, but obviously we know because of injury, but it's been humbling, but we've barely lost in the last 2 seasons. So and that's what I'm saying. Even we came second to City, we lost just 1 game and it was 2 them, you know?
It's crazy, to be fair. Like, football's a funny old game, because there's a point where I just thought, you know what, like playing Liverpool, you might as well just consider it points dropped. But right now, if I'm honest with you, this is one of the first times recently that I kind of feel that we could actually compete. We could get some points out there.
Look, you could get a result, because usually what happens, Aubameyang barred that goal in the Community Shield before the curtain raiser for the season. Doesn't do anything against Liverpool. It's Lacazette who will work and cause the defenders problems and has a couple goals against us. Lacazette's on form at the moment. So if you get Aubameyang on it as well, you can cause our back four problems, because I hope he keeps it. He doesn't think to put Fabinho back at centre-half. Because Kabak and Phillips, so they've actually played together, have not conceded a goal in Champions League or League. But it's these other partnerships where the goals are just getting in. So Arsenal will be confident. This is the thing. It all depends on how they set up during the game. If they think, we can get onto them because they've got players out, then Mane, Jota especially, because he's the man on form, scored for us in our last league game against Wolves, been scoring freely for Portugal as well, on form. Mane rather, Jota and Salah can exploit that. I don't know whether he'll be too expensive and book Firmino in because he's back from injury as well. I think he should just go with 3, save one of them obviously for the first leg against Real Madrid. But if Arsenal are too overzealous in what they're doing, we could exploit the gaps. But if they play that game they played last season, which was a very lucky victory, but it's been the formula to beat Liverpool this season because they played deep. We made 2 mistakes. They capitalised on the mistakes. If they do that, that's what we've struggled to break down. You get what I'm saying? That's what we struggle with when teams are deep sitting in them. When you leave gaps, that's when the pace and we're going to come at you and we're going to cut you up. So it all depends on Arsenal's approach. If Arsenal to the game, so to make it interesting, it could be dull. It could be dull and end up being like some 0-0 drawn if Arsenal set out and just want to play deep and not really try to go at us, to be perfect.
I hear you. So I think 2 players I don't really know about is Phillips and Kabak at the back. So you're obviously confident in their ability and happy with I think Kabak came from Schalke, did he?
But the thing is that it sounds like I'm overly confident in their ability because of obviously I'm saying that they had to concede a goal, but at the same time I'm nervous because that's what I'm saying. Pace. Phillips is very good in the air. He's like an old school defender, very good in the air, tackling and whatnot. But if Uber's going to get the ball, run at him, he'll be able to get past him. Lacazette as well. Kabak is a bit faster, but he's what, 20, 21, something like that. Yeah, I think he just literally turned 21 last week or the week before. He likes a yellow card. So I don't want him getting booked early on, otherwise it's going to be problems because then you're going to have Ødegaard is going to bomb on, forward and cut on his left foot and try and string those passes and whatnot. So Arsenal have got players there that can cause us problems. At the same time, we've got players there that can cause them problems as well. So it all depends on what team's going to give the ball away left and be assertive in their game plan that they're putting upon the game. If both teams fail in regards to doing what the manager's asking them, you could be looking at a very boring match.
I hear you.
But if they apply themselves, then it's good. You're going to see quite a few goals if both teams apply themselves properly. You know?
Yeah, no, I hear you. So we're kind of, one of the questions I wanted to ask is it the injuries? Obviously, Van Dijk is a big loss for you guys. Henderson as well, to be fair. Or is it the pressing game of Liverpool has been found out? What do you think? And I want honesty here. Obviously, I've heard a lot about the injuries. Or as Klopp's form strategy being found out, just give me the truth. You know. Do you think when Van Dijk comes back next season? Obviously, I do believe that you will improve. You know, I don't think you're a seventh place team, so to speak. But do you feel that? In terms of your quality, but do you think Van Dijk coming back, Henderson, you guys are going to be as strong as you were previously before that? Do you think you're going to be, you know, obviously you're the champions currently. 18-19, you won the Champions League. Do you think you're going to get?
Come on, baby!
I couldn't wait for that. This is what I'm talking about, Liverpool fans. This is what I'm talking about.
Allow me. I haven't got too much longer to wear it. Allow me. You know
Listen, let me say one thing. I've known this guy over 20 years. Yeah, this is the first time he's ever been able to do that to me. Yeah, and the first time over 20 years. Yeah, so I'm going to allow him this time.
Bro, it's 30 years now, bro.
Yeah.
It's 30 years now, bro. We go back to primary.
Well, what is it? So what is it? Do you think Van Dijk, is he going to come back the same player? Do you know what I'm saying? That's a big
This is the problem. This is the problem. That's a huge injury. It could have ended his career, and this is why we have to be careful with it. There's talk about him possibly being back fit if just say we was to get to the Champions League final. And there's murmurs from Frank de Boer, that he would like to take him to. No, not that he'd like to, but he thinks he'd be fit for the Euros, but he wouldn't want to take him. I want him to not kick a ball till next season because if anything goes wrong, Jay, that could be his career done. You got to take time with that. Yeah, this is the best centre half in the league. So obviously you're going to miss that because you can't replace that. And obviously in regards to the original question about the high press, I don't think it's been found out, but it can't be executed the same when you've not got certain personnel in there. Joe Gomez makes more mistakes than Van Dijk, but Joe Gomez is very fast, so we can apply and play that high line, move them in there because they've got the pace to cover it. This is where Phillips has to push back because you've not got the pace that they have. Kabak as well, because you're still learning. Push back because to get some of the goals we can see this season. If we look at, for instance, FA Cup time with Man United, all their goals, well, the free kick was not the free kick. The first two goals, the Rashford goal, and I think it was Greenwood that scored as well, was because Reece Williams pushed too far forward. But he's 19, so he's got to learn. You've got to be
he's learning
what you get me to learn what you be able to do. So obviously we can't execute the press the same. Also as well, without certain personnel because they've not got the pace to be able to do it, which is why we have to adapt and push and learn to play deeper rather than keep that line. Obviously, if Klopp wants them to do that, they've got to do what the manager asks, or they're going to get dropped. And at the same time as well, it comes from the front. And for me, though, it's not pressing like he was before.
But
and
you
this
know
has
what?
been going on for a while.
Do you know what? The funny thing is,
because you know,
go on,
that was how Liverpool fans would defend him. The same way sometimes Arsenal fans would defend Lacazette at times when he wasn't scoring, because they would say he's pressing from the front. He's creating space for others 100%. By harrying people and whatnot. Firmino's not been doing that. So then when he's not playing at his ability, it's crazy because Salah's still the joint top scorer in the Premier League. He's not scoring as frequently, and Mane is having his worst spell since he's been a Liverpool player.
Well, do you know what? It's funny. It's funny you should say that, because as an Arsenal fan myself, I think one of the players that we kind of, I mean, it's Firmino for us. The guy, he's like Drogba for us, to be quite honest. Like, I think the guy, I heard a stat that he played 9 against us and he scored 9. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he scored 9. Yeah, especially Anfield, he's on to you.
He's lethal. Yeah.
In his first season with us, we drew 3-3 with you lot, and he hadn't scored for a hot minute, and then he put one top bids at Anfield. It was a crazy goal. So he does like playing against Arsenal, which is probably the only reason why he would be thrown in. And for that fact, he has a good goal scoring record against you.
Yeah, no, facts. I hope he doesn't, but you know, he's probably due to return and play against us, and no doubt get a goal. And the worst thing is, you see with Firmino, when he first started playing for you guys, I remember talking to my other Liverpool friends and saying, he's not Brazilian. He's not the real deal. And my man come every time now, you see? I've learned from that. You know what? I need to hold my mouth certain times. I talk too quick. That's been my problem for a number of years. But he's got
tech.
Definitely. Let's talk about, obviously, you were saying about Mane. I was looking at his Premiership record this season, and for Mane, it's quite poor, to be quite honest. You know, seven Premiership goals, I think 3 in the Champions League. It's poor. I mean, Salah at the moment is obviously in terms of goals is the main guy for you, the main threat. But obviously, it's had an effect where Mane is not. I think last season you had the contribution of both of them, and now this season, obviously, one's getting the goals.
Even all 3, Jay, because Firmino only got 1 goal at Anfield, but he was our top goal scorer away from home, and a lot of those goals were vital goals. 3-0, winner against Southampton, winner against Wolves. So a lot of important away goals he got last season. So all of them contributed. That's been one thing. It's mad because we won the league at a canter, but we don't get enough goals from midfield, bro.
Yeah.
Enough goals from midfield.
Yeah. I think for us this season, Aubameyang, he's been poor, bro. Like, you know, 9 Premiership goals this season. Europa, he's got 3. It's poor. Lacazette's been our main guy, but Arteta for me doesn't really have the faith in Lacazette as he does with Aubameyang. And obviously Aubameyang has been the main guy for a number of years. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of goal threat this season, he's been relatively poor. And I don't know if it's the situation with it's the Ozil effect. You get a big paycheck and you don't want to work no more. You know, sometimes when I get a big paycheck, I get a pay rise. I think I can't want to even work here no more. I thought that's happened to Aubameyang right now. I don't know what's going on, but he hasn't been the same Aubameyang.
Definitely, but it's an awkward one because people will say, "Oh yeah, but he's farmed out on the left," but he played literally in that same role at Dortmund and was devastating. But their supply line was better because they had Royce and Mkhitaryan doing a madness for him, so he could just come in and score his goals. You lot, in terms of your creative play, have been inconsistent because Saka, for you not to be at best creatively, I think Saka has to be on the pitch. But in the league, I think Saka's only got 2 assists in the Premier League.
Our top assister is William. Imagine that.
There you go. And 3/4 of your fan base, in fact, that's probably being nice. 90% of your fan base,
95, 96.
They're disgusted. They're disgusted at William. They're disgusted at William, you know? And he must have some type of clause in his contract because he always comes on, even if it's just a couple of minutes ago. So he must have a clause that he has to play a certain amount of games or something like that.
That's what they're saying right now. But for me, listen, I would say the player for us in terms of he hasn't really got many assists this season, but I think Ødegaard is coming on, you know, he's getting vital goals for us. and he looks like a good player. And I like the way he likes to press forward. He's confident with the ball. He asks for the ball. I love that about him. As a player, hopefully Arsenal can, you know, sign him. If I'm honest with you, hopefully it will happen. We'll see anyway. But I think as a player, I'm hoping as well Lacazette plays, because like you said, he holds up the ball, you know, and that's one thing that we kind of miss when he's not playing. So I'm hoping he does play against you guys. Let me get your predictions then. This is for the new Liverpool, if you like to say. I mean, if we win this one, we go 1 point behind you. And if you win this one, you go I think 7 points ahead of us. So what tomorrow at Emirates Stadium? What's the score tomorrow?
Arsenal 1, Liverpool 5.
Oh wow!
I'm playing, bro. Honestly, I think it's gonna be. I'm playing. No, I think it's gonna be a draw. Honestly, you know.
A draw,
I think it's gonna be a draw.
Yeah. Do you know what? I can see a draw, but I want to remain confident.
1-1 or 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I don't want to go for the draw, if I'm honest with you. For obvious reasons, I think we need to win this. I think it's still a big match for us. We're not going to do anything in the league, but just for confidence and for pride as well, I'd like to beat you guys. And you know what? I like simmering down you Liverpool fans, because these last couple of years have been
the same,
unbearable.
Bro. The same. You Arsenal fans have been unbearable for
you better be waiting for these moments for years.
You man have been unbeatable for years. I do not go 2 weeks of my life without hearing about the Invincibles. You get what I'm saying, bruv? I mean, and the joke is that's what you used to cuss us about, because you used to say that we always bark on about our history.
I know.
This win means more. My family is littered, bro, with Arsenal fans. It's littered. Arsenal Man United fans, it's littered, yeah? Nothing makes me more happy than beating you guys, yeah? You see them 5-1. I've got the Twitter fingers, bro. Even that 4-3 a few seasons ago at the Emirates, I've got the fingers, you get me? So,
this is why I can't stand Liverpool, man. You see, I say it. You see his mouth now. Yeah, he's getting violent with the mouth, yeah. But listen, let me give you a key fact. The last 5 matches, I think we won 3 of them against Liverpool. You lot have won 2. I'm including Community Shield and Carling Cup. You know, I know.
So you're two penalty shootouts. I'm being a
bit techie. And this one, I'm gonna go prediction-wise. I feel I'm gonna go for I think 2-1 Arsenal. I think Laka's going to get a goal as well. I think, unfortunately, Saka, he may be injured, and Smith Rowe as well. So that will be unfortunate. Yeah. But hopefully Saka, I heard he was in training today, so I'm hoping he will get an opportunity. I don't know about Smith Rowe because I heard he wasn't in training, but we'll see.
Going hard on him, Kabak. Going hard.
There we go. Look at this attitude. Here was me. I was about to wish Van Dijk a good recovery, a safe recovery back to the Premiership. You know what I'm saying? This guy. Well, listen, we're gonna leave it there.
I'm playing, bro.
No, may the best team win, man. Oh, thank you for your time today. We appreciate it. Where can people find you? Because I know you do a lot with this football thing.
Yeah, all at Double D, DUBULDEE on all the socials everywhere, Twitter, Insta. But I'm obviously part of the D&D Football Factory.
Okay.
And we air on a Saturday morning on Top FM.
Okay.
95.5 FM from 10 a.m. to midday. Big show tomorrow. Because obviously with Sergio Aguero leaving Man City, we're going to be discussing who the best 10 strikers are in Premier League history.
Okay.
Some people have sent their team.
We know Omri's one that already, innit?
Highly controversial. No one's doing them in order, but Henry is one of only a couple of names that are in everyone's 10. Some people got some surprise.
Yeah, he has to be there anyway. Like, I think Carragher was saying his one the other day actually, and he had Henry as number 1.
I've not really got an order. Henry has to go in there, but for me,
don't start talking about Michael and Robbie Fowler and them, man, Ruben.
No. Oh, what do you mean, don't? What do you mean, don't? Fam, don't. Hey, don't. What I'm saying is that I But obviously, from watching Tierney back from Juve on the wing and that, I classify him more as a forward. But when he did play as a front man for Arsenal, devastating. No one, for me, Thierry Henry is the best player to have played in the Premier League.
Okay. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Do
you know what?
And that's coming from a
listen.
Liverpool fan that hates your club.
We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it there. We're going to leave it there. Thierry Henry, best player in the Premiership. Remember, Double D told you. Catch him on top as FM as well. Ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe if you like what you hear. You know, we'd love to see you again. Until next time, take care. Come on, you Arsenal. 3-1. I'm going for 3-1. I'll change it. 3-1 Arsenal tomorrow.
What this? What this with chest? 4-1 Liverpool. What did you say?
All right, take care, brother.